Oh, hi, this is Kaveti Srinivas again, signing in from New York. Today's topic is money laundering. First is, what is money laundering? Money laundering is you launder money. That means you're sending money overseas or you're parking money overseas, you're converting the bad money into good money. How does it work? That means if you're making some money and not paying any taxes in America, if you're making any cash, and if you're that is a bad money. If you don't pay tax and if you're not accounting that money, that means you're evading the tax in America. That means it's a bad money, and you're sending overseas as an investment, and you're converting that, and you're sending that bad money into the mainstream, and you're converting that bad money into a good money by investing in shares or by buying some real estate property or by setting up of a company overseas, and then you're getting the money back to US by doing some business overseas. Let's say you bought some property overseas by sending the bad money, and you sold that property overseas, and you have some capital gains, and you bring that money back into US, and that's called money laundering. So money laundering is a very serious offense in America, and it's actually a very serious offense in many democratic countries. It's also in offense in UK and India and America. So you can't launder the money. That's a very serious felony. The reason is because after September incidents in all over the world, the banks and the governments are watching you, that where you're getting the money and where you're sending the money and how you're making money unaccountable. So any money which is unaccountable, when you're not paying tax or when you're not disclosing it to the government, that is called bad money. That's illegal. So there's black marketing. There are many ways of money laundering. We're not going to touch upon that today. However, the law says that when you send money overseas and when you have bank accounts overseas, and you are supposed to disclose that in the your tax returns. What does it mean when you get money from overseas? When when you having rents from overseas, when you have stocks overseas, even when you have companies overseas, you're required to disclose that in your tax returns. If you don't disclose that tax returns, that amounts to an offense under the federal law in this country. The IRS, the Income Tax Department, is going to take it as a very serious thing, and what's going to happen is you will be penalized, and you could be even subjected to investigation in America and overseas as well. The reason is because money laundering laws and financial regulatory affairs, all these agencies under the patriotic laws in America, it's a very serious thing now, because after September incident, what happened is in the world, the certain religious groups have been laundering money for funding terrorism. So that's an offense. So under the patriotic laws also, it's a very serious offense. So you cannot launder money. So please be aware that when you're filing your tax returns, when you're even sending money overseas, when you're getting some rents, when you're getting some interest from banks, when you're having some businesses overseas, when you're getting some profits, when you're selling property and bringing the money back, repatriation of funds, you got to be careful. You got to disclose. Talk to the CPAs, talk to the tax lawyers in overseas and people who practice international tax. And you could do tax planning, avoiding double taxation. The US entered into a lot of countries of double taxation treaties. So you guys can talk to some competent lawyers who practice tax laws, and CPAs who are qualified, those who practice international taxation, and be careful that you got to disclose and declare your incomes. Otherwise, you could be subjected to investigation, and it could be felonies. There could be very serious offenses. So guys, don't take this as a legal advice. It's just only an opinion. And if you have any specific questions, get in touch with your local CPAs or accountants or tax lawyers and get some proper legal advice in terms of don't evade tax. Tax evasion is an offense. Guys, you have to understand the law says in America that if you make more than $500 in a year, you're supposed to pay tax. So that means if you're making money in cash, most of the times when you make money in cash, if the money comes in your bank, you got to declare that and you have to give those bank statements for filing your tax returns. But if you're making some money in cash, you have to be careful and you have to declare that in your tax returns. And the law requires you to pay taxes and declare your source of income. That's another thing you're going to be careful. So money laundering is a very serious offenses, and you get in touch with some law firms which are specialized in. If you have any queries or any issues, get in touch with law firms which specialize in financial crimes and stuff like that. Our firm, we don't practice that area, but we can refer you to some big law firms if you have any issues. Get in touch with the competent lawyers. This is only just in educational purposes. I'm sharing my wisdom with you guys. If you like this video, share it and give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. If you have any comments, please send it to us. We'll come up with more videos like this. Thank you very much.